Hey guys, it's Davin here at brewbits.com, and behind the camera we've got James. Say hello, James. We're going to do a quick and dirty brew today. So I have got a festival Belgian Pale Ale that should be nice and rich and slightly fruity with banana and spices and everything like that. I've not actually done this one before, so I thought we'd give it a go. You can need a couple of little things to brew it with. We've got a fermenting bucket. What down here? I've got my thermometer, I've got my siphon, I've got a spoon, I've got my little hop sphere, I've got my trial jar with the hydrometer, and then at the end I'm going to put some into a barrel and some into bottles. Right, let's get brewing. Let's get inside this box and see what we've got in here. Okay, we have got our instructions. We have got a dextrose 500 grams. We have got some Belgian hop pellets. We've got some priming sugar. We've got golden ale abbey yeast, and we have got a big pouch of liquid malt extract. Now, to make this easier to come out of the pouch, as always, I've already pulled off some hot water in my sink, and I'm just going to let that warm up so it becomes a little bit more runny. And whilst that's warming up, I'm going to put the kettle on because these kits usually need a few litres of boiling water. The pouch of liquid malt extract's been in my hot water now for a good 10, pretty much 15 minutes. Pop it on a tea towel to dry it off. Cut it open. Open it up. You will get sticky fingers, especially because I've just not quite got the cup right there. There we go. In it goes. The kettle's boiled, and we need 3 litres of boiling water to go in with the liquid malt extract. So, with the first 2 litres, I'm going to carefully, because in here, James, there's loads and loads and loads of liquid malt extract left over. So I'm going to gently pour some of that boiling water into the pouch. And then using the spoon, get in there and mix that liquid malt extract in with the boiling water. And then we can pour this all in our fermenting vessel as well. Okay, so now that all goes in. Look, clean. So the rest of this goes in because that was 2 litres. And now I need 1 more litre of boiling water. So I'm going to pop my kettle back on. The 3rd litre's gone in. And now I can leave my spoon in the bucket. We're going to take our bag of dextrose, open that up. This is brewing sugar, and it's not as sweet as supermarket sugar. And this means that dextrose won't leave any residual sweetness in the final beer, whereas if you use supermarket sugar, it would leave loads and loads of sweetness. So now give this a really good stir in till all the liquid malt extract, the sugar and the water is combined. Now that's all stirred in, we need to top it up to the 5 gallon or 23 litre mark with cold tap water. Now we're up to the 23 litre mark. We need to give this a really good stir and mix all that liquid malt extract down at the bottom in with all the water at the top. And it takes a really, really, really good stir. A quick check of the temperature just to make sure it's below 25 degrees, and it is. It's coming out pretty much smack bang on 20. And I've already taken a sample here in my trial jar, and with the hydrometer, I can tell you our SG is coming out at 1.048. Okay, so I've got my yeast, and all we're going to do, chop the top off and sprinkle it in. There's quite a lot of yeast here. There's a lot of yeast here. Okay, it's as simple as that. All we're going to do now, take the lid, pop the lid on. If you're using an airlock, obviously half fill your airlock with some sterilising solution. And this now goes into my warm cupboard at 18 to 22 degrees for the next 5 days. The Belgian Pale Ale has been fermenting away for 5 days. Oh, these lids are lovely to get off. And you can see it's built up a lovely foam, and that's all settled back down. So now it's time to add in our hops. Right, back to me, James, because there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can cut these open and you can pour these straight in. And what will happen is they'll swell up and they'll eventually sink to the bottom, and they'll create a lovely big thick layer down at the bottom, and it's really, really difficult to get the beer back out of all of these hops. So what you can do is you can use one of these. This is a straining bag. You can sterilize it, pour the hops into it, tie it into a little bag, drop that in, and that will help infuse it. And then at the end, when you pull it out, you can give it a good squeeze, leave all the hops in there and get all the beer back. Downside of this is that it comes and it floats to the top and it sits on the top, so the hops aren't always within the beer. So I found one of these. This is a hop sphere, and this is what we'll be using. And this means that the hops will go in here like so. There we go. We close it up. We pop this in and we drop it in. And what's going to happen is it's going to sink. But as those hops break up, the hops will spread out and it will pop to the surface and it will drop back down as it loses all its carbon dioxide, and it pop to a surface and it'll drop back down. So you're going to really infuse the beer with all those lovely hops. Now, lid goes back on and we leave it for another 5 days. It's been 5 days since we added the hops, so 10 days in total since we started the Belgian Pale. And let's take the lid off. Come on in, James, and have a look at this, because, oh, there's our hop sphere floating right at the top. And it's even started to clear as well. Okay, so I've already taken the liberty of taking a sample with my trial jar, and the hydrometer is coming out at 1.008. So, perfect, we're ready to move on. Down here, I have got a sterilized bucket and I've got my siphon. So all I'm going to do now is siphon it off from the top bucket into the bottom bucket. Quick suck, get it to flow. And as you can see down here, James, there's quite a lot of sediment down at the bottom. So just be careful when you're siphoning it off, just to try and miss or try not to disturb any of that sediment. Now that it's siphoned, we can add the priming sugar. And this is the bag of priming sugar that came in the kit. And all we're going to do, take our scissors, I'll pop it open, sprinkle it in, and give it a good stir. I fitted my little bottler onto the bottom of my tap, and I'm filling up a few bottles. And once I fill the bottles up, whatever's left, I'm going to use to fill up, there we go, my pressure barrel. That's the Belgian Pale Ale bottled and some in the barrel. So all I need to do now is make some pretty little labels for our bottles and then put our bottles and our barrel back in my warm place for another week for the secondary fermentation to occur. And then put them somewhere nice and cool so that they can clear and bottle condition. Takes about 2 to 4 weeks. And then pop a bottle in the fridge and then sit back and enjoy a nice glass of Festival Belgian Pale Ale. So, as always, if you've made it, if you've done anything different, if you've got any questions, if you need any help, ask me down in the comments below. More than happy to help. Please remember to subscribe to our channel as well. But for now, cheers, happy brewing, and enjoy a Belgian Festival Pale Ale.